Good morning, students. How are you? Hello. Yes, I hope you all people are well. Today we are going to start a new lesson, narration. Narration is of two types, direct speech and indirect speech. Okay. So first we'll understand what is direct speech and how can you understand that is direct speech. Listen. In direct speech, we use the actual words of speaker. So here by mistake it is written in direct speech. That is direct speech. In direct speech, we use the actual words of the speaker which are enclosed within an inverted commas placed at the beginning and at the end. Here you can see in the beginning, this is the end. So Reena said, "It gives me great pleasure to be here this evening." So you can see there is the actual words of the speaker. What is the actual word? It gives me great pleasure to be here this evening. This is the actual word from here to here. Okay. So it gives me great pleasure to be here this evening is the actual word of the speaker, and that is enclosed with inverted commas. You can see. So here the inverted comma is there, and again here. Understood? So in case of direct speech, there must be the actual words of the speaker, and that is called reported speech. That is called, from here to here, that is called reported speech, RS. And here you can see this is called reporting verb. That is called reporting verb. Understood? Okay, next we see indirect speech. In indirect speech, the listener receives the substance or meaning of the speakers. The listener receives the substance or the matter, okay, meaning of the speaker's actual speech without necessarily hearing the speaker's exact words. So the listener has not listened the words by the speaker. So that might not be the exact word of the speaker. There might be some addition. Okay. So in indirect speech, the listener receives the information, and that information is information is a reported information, and that is speech without necessarily hearing the speakers. So the listener has not heard the speaker's exact words. Okay, so in this case, and there would be no inverted commas because there is no exact word of the speaker. So you can see here Reena said that gave Rina said that gave her great pleasure. So it has been changed into that, and to be here that changed into there, and this evening had changed into that evening. So Rina said that gave her great pleasure to be there that evening. Understood? So there would be no inverted comma, and there would be some changing of the words. There are no inverted commas in indirect speech. In reporting the speech, we use reporting verbs such as announce. So in place of said, we can say announced, answered, explained, mentioned, promised, replied, said, suggest. So in place of reporting verbs, so generally reporting verbs are said, generally said, says, like that. So we can change according to the emotion or according to the situation. Okay. So in order to communicate to the listener state of mind or emotions of the tone of the speaker, we have to just use these words in place of said, in place of reporting verb, according to the emotion or according to the mood of the speaker. Okay. So first we'll start type 1. Okay, first we'll start type 1. Abdul Rahman says, I enjoy going on long walks in the morning. This is indirect. Why that is direct? Because there is, you can see the exact word of the speaker. I enjoy going on long walks in the morning. This is the exact word and this is the reported speech. So this is type 1. The first point to remark here is, you can see the reporting verb. Reporting verb is says, and that shows that reporting verb is in present tense. And if the reporting verb is in present tense, okay, present or future, okay, in case of present and future, we are not supposed to change the tense of the reported speech. So this is our reported speech, and we can't change the tense of the reported speech if the reporting verb is in present tense or in past tense. So says is in present, so there would be no changing of the tense. So what is the tense here? The tense is I enjoy. This is also present, so you can see here the change is not changed, the tense is not changed, and that's why he enjoys. So what is changed? Other parts of other parts of speech will be changed, but not the tense. I will be changed into he. So there is a rule we have to know: 1, 2, 3. That is called first person, second person, third person, and then subject, object, and no change. So if your subject, okay, if in reported speech you are getting first person, okay, in case of first person will be changed into subject of the reporting verb. So what is reporting verb? Reporting verb is says. And what is the subject of reporting verb? Abdul Rahman. So can we write Abdul Rahman many times? No. So in place of Abdul Rahman we have to use he. Why? Because my subject was I, and why was I was the first person, and due to the first person will be changed into subject of the reporting verb, and reporting verb is says. So I think you understood that Abdul Rahman says, or you can say mentions, there must be oblique, okay. So Abdul Rahman says or mentions that. So in place of comma and inverted comma we have to use that. Understood? So we are getting many things. Abdul Rahman says or mentions that he enjoys going on long walks in the morning. You can't change morning to evening. Okay. So in the morning will be in the morning, but the subject is changed. Where in case of indirect speech, I was there, and I has been changed into he. Why he? Because we can't use Abdul Rahman two times in the same sentence. So Abdul Rahman says or mentions that he enjoys going on long walks in the morning. That is indirect. So this is type 1. So how can you identify that the sentence is in type 1? So very simple. If the reporting verb is in present tense or in future tense, you can easily understand that is type 1. Type 1 means what? You can't change the tense of the reported speech. You can't change the tense of the reported speech. Okay. So hints is given. Reporting verb is present, future, and no change of tenses. Now we have to see type 2. See, in type 2 you will find the reported speech, but that reporting verb will be in past tense. So in case of past tense, what you have to do? You have to change the tense of the reported speech as well as the subject. All changing would be there. So Mohan said to Shiva, I have composed a new song for you, like that. So Mohan said to Shiva, I have composed a new song. That is direct. What we can say, we can write here, told Shiva or informed Shiva. Mohan told Shiva or informed Shiva. According to the meaning of the reported speech, we can change the reporting verb into a nouns or warned or said or told or like that. Informed. So Mohan told Shiva, and after that you have to use comma. So in place of comma we have to use that. So Mohan informed Shiva that and after that I is there, so I is first person. First person will be changed into subject of the verb, a subject of the reporting verb. The reporting verb is said, subject of reporting verb is Mohan. So can we write Mohan told Shiva, or Mohan informed Shiva that he. So who is he? You can just write after he, you can write Mohan to, because two names are there, that's why it is better to mention in bracket. So Mohan informed Shiva that he, who is he? He is Mohan, had composed a new song. Understood? So Mohan informed Shiva that he had composed a new song. There is hence reporting verb past, the tense of change is must. But what is but? Just see. It is written something here. What is but? Newton said, we are standing on the earth because of the gravitational force. So this is a natural or the universal truth. So in case of that, no change of tenses. No change of tenses. So Newton said that we are standing on the earth because of the gravitational force. You can see, are standing is are standing. 2 makes 2 and 2 makes 4. So this is also a truth. Okay, you know, honesty is the best policy. Okay, diamond cuts diamond. So understood? So these are the things which are the natural truth, and in case of that we can't change the tense of the reported speech. Understood? Now type 3, declarative sentence. First we have to understand what is declarative sentence. Declarative sentence means a sentence that declares, that declaration might be positive or might be negative. So declarative sentence or assertive sentence, okay, assertive or declarative, both are same. Okay, and listen, there are two types of declarative. First one is positive or affirmative or negative. Okay, so the declaration might be positive as well as negative. Just see, the judge said to the accused, you have committed robbery again, hence you will get a longer sentence. You have committed robbery again and again, you are committing. Okay, you have committed robbery again, hence you will get a longer sentence. First point is that it is like type 2. Okay, it's like type 2, but just to make you understand regarding some other types. Okay, the judge said to the accused. Said, so said will be changed into told. Why told? Because object is there. If there is no object, so you can't write told. Okay, you have to write said only. So there is object of reporting verb, that's why reporting verb is going to be changed. Told or stated. The accused that you is second person. SON 1 2 3. So second person will be changed into object of the reporting verb. The reporting verb is said and object is the accused. So the accused might be he or might be she. So accused that he or she had committed robbery again, hence he or she would get a longer sentence. So first rule is that has have will be changed into had. Again you can see will be changed into would. Got the point? Has have will be changed into had and will into would. Hence when object of reporting verb said will be, said will be changed into told or any other word, and in place of comma that. This is type 3, declarative sentence. That might be negative also. You have not committed robbery. So you can just say he had not committed robbery, like that, or meaning will be changed. So there might be negative sentence also, but here this is only declarative sentence, that is positive sentence only. Now we'll talk about interrogative sentence. You can see example number 1. He said to us, are you going to school? So you can see here is a question, and this is a closed question, not the open question. In case of closed question, or in case of yes or no question, okay, you have to use if or whether. But in case of WH question, in case of WH question, you have to write the same WH word from the reported speech. Understood? Again I repeat, in case of closed question, yes or no question, we have to write in place of that, okay, in place of comma and inverted comma, if or whether. But when there is WH word in the reported speech, what you can do? You have to write the same WH word from the reported speech. So he asked or inquired. Here I might be this one, inquired. Okay, so he asked or inquired of us, what if we were going to school? So what you observe, that the tense is changed, but before changing the tense we have to change the order of the sentence, order of the words in the sentence. You have to make it positive from question. So before changing the tense, you can say that in your head, in your mind, you can change you are going to school. You are going to school. So you will be changed into we. Why? Because you is second person, and second person will be changed into object of the reporting verb. Reporting verb is said, object is us, that's why you will be changed into we, and are will be changed to were, then going to school. So before changing the tense, it is necessary to change the order, to change the word order, okay, in a sentence, to make it a statement, not the question. So from question to statement you have to change. Hence you can see said will be changed into inquired of, asked, wanted to know from, etc. And in place of comma, if or whether, question will be changed into statement. Understood? Question will be changed into statement. Now example number 2, that is example number B. What I have already told you, that if there is WH word, so this same WH word will be there. Are you going? You have to change into your head you are going, and you are going will be changed into I was going. So you is second person, you is second person will be changed into object is me. So what would be subject? I. And you are will be changed, is mr will be changed into was were, is mr. If there is am are in reported speech, so it will be changed into indirect, was were, if the subject is singular, so was, and if the subject is plural, then were. I think you know better. So she said to me, where are you going? She asked me where I was going, where I was going. If you are writing where was I going, so it will be wrong. If you are writing where was I going, so that would be wrong. Hence, when the interrogative sentence begins with the words such as WH word, all these are the WH word. Sorry. Yes, this one. The conjunction that is not used in case of question, in case of interrogative sentence, and in place of, in the previous you were using if or whether in the question, but here you can't use if or whether. Type 5, you can see imperative sentence. I said to the cook, go to the market and buy fresh vegetables. So go to the market, this is an imperative sentence. So in case of imperative sentence also, you can't use that. First rule, you have to just use to before the imperative sentence, just to connect, just to add both the part of the sentence. I told or I asked the cook to go to the market and buy fresh vegetables. What you did, in place of comma and inverted comma, you have to use to. But previously, in type 3 or in type 2 or in type 1, you were using that. But in case of question, that was not being used. In case of question, if or whether or WH word. But here, in case of imperative sentence, in place of comma and inverted comma, you have to use to. So I asked the cook to go to the market. I said to them, do not smoke here. So I forget them. Sorry, forget, that is wrong. I forbade. I forbade them to smoke there. I forbade them. I prohibited them from smoking there. I prohibited them from smoking there. Or I asked them not to smoke. I asked them, if there is do not, so you have to use not to, not to. You can't write to not smoke. No, it is better to write I asked them not to smoke there. That would be also correct. Okay, this is the third type. Sorry, not type, this is the third example. Please help me. So it's like yes, it's like request. So in place of said, you have to write requested. But rule is there, comma for inverted comma, you have to use to help me, and please will be removed because you have used already requested. Hence, in case of command, these are the words you have to use. In case of suggestion or advice, you have to use all these things, all these words. And in case of request, you have to use all these words like requested, pleaded, begged, implored. In case of advice, suggested, urged, forbade, warned, prohibited, like that. But you must use to v1 after writing these after changing the reporting verb. Okay, now type 6, he said to me, bravo, you have done well in your exam. So it's like exclamatory sentence. Okay, bravo, you have done well in your exams. Bravo, he exclaimed with admiration, because bravo for well done, we have to use exclaimed with admiration. That, so that is used here in case of exclamation. So exclaimed with admiration, that you have done well. So you is second person, and second person will be changed into object. Our object is me, so I will be here. I, and then have is there. You have to change has have into had. So I had done well in my exam. So your is second person, so you have to change into object, and object is me, so my exams. Hooray, ha, marvelous, splendid, bravo, well done. So all these words are here. You have to use exclaimed with joy, or exclaimed with delight, or exclaimed with happiness. So whenever you find these words, hooray, ha, marvelous, splendid, bravo, well done, so in this case you have to write exclaimed with joy, or exclaimed with delight, or exclaimed with happiness. And in case of sadness, you have to write exclaimed with sorrow and sadness, and exclaimed with surprise and wonder. Here you can see. Okay, what 5 exclaimed with contempt, not content, contempt. Okay, contempt. So exclaimed with contempt. This is, I think, yes, type 7, optative sentence. We said, long live our friendship. So here is a prayer. It's like a prayer, it's like a blessing. So we prayed that our friendship might live long. So you have to change long live long live our friendship. You have to, the subject is our friendship, so our friendship here, and may is already hidden over there. So may you long live, may you may long live our friendship. So may will be changed into might live long. Hence said will be changed into wished, prayed, blessed, cursed. If there is some curse, so you have to use cursed. She cursed, I cursed, they cursed, like that. That woman, that black lady cursed, like that. And after that, after writing that, you have to use subject might v1 in general. Generally, we have to use might v1 after writing the subject. Last type, this is type 8, suggestions or wishes. He said, let's go shopping today itself. Let's go shopping. Let's go shopping today itself. Let's go for shopping today itself. He said. So what he said, he wished or he suggested, and then that, and then subject. So let's, that is let us. So this us will be changed into we, and then this is suggestion, that's why should, and this is, and you have to write into past, so should have gone shopping that day itself. Should have gone shopping that day itself. So I think you have understood. This is the end of this video. I explained all the types of narration in this video. If you find it very helpful, so please re-watch it again and then solve the exercises given in your grammar book. So thank you very much.